What up, Nick Nation? It's your boy Juby the Tubi. Hope you guys are doing good. Salute to you guys. Aiden, Daddy's doing the show. That's Aiden right now. He playing his little instrument. All right, and Daddy's doing the show. So go over there, puppy. Uh, Knicks beat the Heat last night, man. They came back down 23 points, led by the Young Guns. Young Guns, McBride, Grimes, and Emmanuel quickly, along with Taj Gibson. Let's not forget him. Made us come back down 23, down 17 at that point, and we were able to come back and beat Miami at Miami, a top-ranked East team in the league. What does that say about Coach Tom Thibodeau and his coaching ways as of lately? Maybe he's realizing that if he would have done this lineup earlier, things would have been different. What does that mean for Julius Randle? Julius Randle hasn't played in the last 3 games. Knicks are sharing the ball. The youngsters look good. Obi Toppin again, only 26 minutes to play. 15 points, 8 rebounds. The kid is looking good. But collectively, the young guns are here. They're ready to shine. And we might be moving on without Julius. If you're coaching management, you're looking at this right now and saying, do we really need Julius or can we make it without him? Stick around. Highlights, analysis, that and much, much more with I, Juby the Tubi, and Zenray from Zenray Sports TV. Coming at you. What up, what up, what up? Here we go. What's up, Nick Nation? How you guys doing? I'm your boy, Juby the Tubi, here with Straight Talk Family above everything. Salute to you guys. Hope you guys are having a great weekend. Hope you guys are spending as much time with your family. But the Knicks beat the Heat last night, down 23 points last night, led by the Young Guns. I don't know if you guys heard me because my mic might have been off. But with the Young Guns last night, they came back down 23 points against a top Eastern Conference team in the league, the Miami Heat, led by Quentin Grimes, Miles McBride, Emmanuel Quickly, Jericho Sims, and Taj Gibson, and Obi Toppin. Obi Toppin got the start last night, 15 points, 8 rebounds, showing that we don't need Julius. Last 3 games, Julius has been out, Mitch's was out. And we're thriving. The youngsters are getting a chance to show what they're all about. And here's a little video of what Miles McBride has to say of their play lately.
constantly just feeding off each other's energy. We're never gonna quit on each other, and we're never gonna quit on the game. So it was just feeding off each other's energy and just trying to make as many plays as we could to bring us back.
Mm, mm, mm. Never quit, never quit. You guys heard it there. He said it. He said we're not gonna quit. We're gonna keep playing. So right now they're looking good, guys. Here's a little replay while we get this show started. Again, I'm Juby the Tubi here with Straight Talk Family above everything, and we're gonna be joined by Zenray from Zenray Sports TV, who's doing his little intro right now. RJ Barrett had a bad shooting game, only 18 points, but Obi Toppin in 26 minutes of play had 15 points, 8 rebounds. Emmanuel quickly though was the man, 23 points, and McBride's defense. I mean, oh my God, guys, the future is looking bright. Let's get Zenray in here. Let's see what he got to say, because there's a lot going on right now. I know Julius must be scratching his head and must be saying worried right now because Knicks manager must be wondering and thinking that they don't need him in the future. Give me 1 second.
On and playing together collectively. What a game. What a game. Mitchell Robinson continues. He had a sore back. He missed the last game. He played last night. He did come back. Didn't expect him to play last night. But he's a trooper with a bad back and all. What a game that Mitchell Robinson offensively, not in the offensive game, the offensive rebounding game. I don't know what the Knicks will be thinking if they don't sign him. We'll see. McBride looked good. Juby, are you on, sir?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Welcome to Zenray Sports TV. I had my 2-year-old on, and as I'm starting the beginning of the show, he pulls away, pulls some things, and kind of took me off line a bit. I don't know if I'm on or on, but I got back on.
Listen, so. he's keeping you on your toes. He's making sure that you're still ready.
he's my executive producer because I need a lot of help. I sure do. We're all new at this, and I'm getting better and better at this every day. Welcome, Juby. Family above everything. New York Straight Sports Talk. What a game. I was very impressed yesterday seeing how the Knicks went about coming together as a team last night. Sims started the game. Then we saw the sighting of Mitchell Robinson. I didn't expect him to play. They said that he had a sore back. I've been seeing not only Mitchell Robinson, but I've been seeing Obi Toppin. They wear this brace in the back. I don't know if you noticed it. So they both suffer from back issues. But look, he played. He was a trooper. I like the fact that Thibodeau is starting to see something in these young kids, and I'm so happy that these young kids are getting the time of day to get their feet wet and experience and how to be collectively involved in this team. Topping's 26 minutes of play. I know you were saying you were not too happy with the minutes he had because he had like 40 minutes the other night or the night before, and he had only 26 minutes. But think about this, Juby. In 26 minutes of play, and maybe he's suffering from the back issue as well. We're not aware of it because he had that brace on every time when he was sitting down.
True.
But Obi Toppin, 26 minutes of play, 6 from 10 from the field, 2 for 4 from the 3-point range. He had 3 offensive rebounds, 5 defensive rebounds, 8 total. He had he was a +5. He had 15 points. So if he does that in 25, 26 minutes of play, what can he do for you in a 40 minutes or even 35 minutes of play? Look at Juby. We're convinced, at least I'm convinced, that Obi Toppin is the man for the job, and we have to find suitors for Julius Randle. So tell me your take on the game last night. Tell me of what you've seen in Obi Toppin and these new kids that have been coming in and just igniting this team, and they're winning. I mean, to come back losing to the Heat, they're 47-27 now. They're at the top in the East. Look, I look like this Knicks or this management team, and including Tom Thibodeau, they buying in that we have to play the youth more.
Start spreading the news. I'm sorry to say, Julius. Ladies and gentlemen, oh my God. Salute to you guys at Zenray Sports TV. Thank you for having me on here. The new kids on the block, the youngsters, the young guns, whatever you want to call them, the kids. They're playing with so much energy, man. Led by Emmanuel Quickly last night, 23 points, down 17. Him with McBride, Grimes, Taj Gibson, and Sims. Man, they brought us down back from 17 points against an elite Eastern Conference team, the Miami Heat. And Obi Toppin did start, like you said, 26 minutes only. Still put up numbers and still is making a strong case for himself, along with Nick management, on the potential of him being our future starting power forward for the right price if they get something good for Julius. But I know, Zenray, I know we've been saying that the Knicks need to sign Mitchell Robinson right now. I was listening to Al Han the other day, and he said that Mitchell Robinson, although has been playing collectively great, that he's still not all the way convinced. And he says that Jericho Sims is a poor man's Mitchell Robinson, and they're actually saying that if the price is too high, they might do a sign and trade with him and Julius, package them both together.
Yeah, no, we spoke about that in our show last, packaging them. We were talking about Utah and trying to get Donovan Mitchell here. We spoke about that. So Alan Hahn is on the right track, and we mentioned that even before him. But the thing is I'm saying if Mitchell Robinson, if you can get the Mitchell Robinson that's not injured or always having a sore back or ankle, whatever, this is what you are concerned. But getting back to your point, yeah, Alan Hahn is right on target.
Yeah, and another thing he mentioned is that we us old school guys, we look for the point guard of the old days, the Chris Paul, the Jason Kidd, the Steve Nash. He mentioned, and he made a valid point, Zenray. There's no true point guard in the NBA anymore. They're scoring first, can distribute the ball, but he says that Quickly and McBride, along with Derrick Rose, may be all you need if Derrick Rose is healthy. If they continue doing what they're doing, he saw McBride's defense last night, and he congratulated him, and he congratulated Quickly. Emmanuel Quickly, you said it right before we got on. He's been playing exceptional right after the All-Star break. The guy turned on the switch along with R.J. Barrett, although R.J. had an off shooting night. But an off shooting night still gives you 18 points, still keeps you calm, still doesn't have you argue with the referees, and you still keep a certain class. So that's what here in New York we look for. And I love what I saw last night, man. I'm so grateful, like you said, that the kids are getting an opportunity to showcase themselves and show management, Tom Thibodeau, and New York world and sports world, and let us know that they're here, they're ready, and that possibly, if we get the right call for the right price, we can move on from Julius.
Look, I agree, and I think what we're missing is, you mentioned there's not, point guards are not really called point guards anymore the way it used to be called back then. What they call them now is combo guards that can do a little bit of both, right? So I think like Donovan Mitchell. Remember we were having a discussion: is he a point guard? Or is he a shooting guard? And I said no, he's considered a combo guard. So I think that's what Alan Hanna was trying to say. That basically, like Quickly is a combo guard. McBride is a combo guard. There's no true point guard, which they are in definition. There are true point guards, but they don't look at them that way because they expect them to do both. Not only lead the team by passing and distributing and getting assists, but they expect them to score. Now, when we had our point guard last year, and he was a truly point guard because that was his job, to be a point guard. But he wasn't a combo guard because when it came to his offensive game, he didn't have any. And obviously, we have something in Quickly, and maybe I brushed that off too fast when you said that Quickly could be our point guard. Looking at last night's game, he's been practicing, working hard, and I'm glad he has a higher faith, believing in the man upstairs that's getting him there, because he could have easily packed his bag and quit, but he has that bulldog mentality like Barrett. Like Barrett didn't have a great game last night in 34 minutes of play, but he kept on going. He hit 2 free throws at the end of the fourth quarter to expand that lead. He had 5 turnovers yesterday. He had some bad turnovers, but it's because he was handling the ball and bringing it up. I think this is by committee. Committee. You're gonna have certain players bringing the ball up, and if Julius Randle does stay next year, he'll be bringing the ball up. And if he's not, you're gonna see Obi Toppin bringing the ball up. A combination of different people, but mainly you're gonna see Quickly and McBride. And I think may be right. If we can't find a point guard, and they want us to pay 20-25 million for a point guard, I think we could just gonna groom our own and maybe do a sign and trade with Mitchell Robinson and get a less version of a point guard somewhere where you're not gonna like maybe a Brogdon we spoke about in Indiana. That shouldn't cost you too much. It's not gonna cost you $20 million. I don't know what he's making. I don't know if he's around that area. I have to do my research. But Juby, there's a lot of options, but I think staying with the homegrown kids is probably the best option.
Absolutely. And I said it all season, guys. You have to have a certain swag to play here in New York, a certain desire, heart. And you see that from Emmanuel Quickly. You see that from McBride. I played a little intro, Zenray, from last night's post game from Miles McBride. And he said, the media asked him, what is clicking with you guys right now? And he said, we haven't given up. We're playing right now. Like it doesn't matter what's going on. They're giving everything they got. You love to hear that. To quote Rocky, I didn't hear no bell. And that's exactly what they're doing right now. As long as statistics, there's still a chance for them to play. They're gonna come in and they're gonna play hard. And these young kids are ready, man. And it's I love that Taj Gibson too. I gotta give praise to Taj Gibson for being at the age that he is and coming on and doing what he's doing. It's not easy for us old folks to do that and play with the young kids. And he's doing it, man. So I love Taj. I hope Taj continues to stay here until the wheels fall off and he can't do it anymore. Because he's a great addition to have on this team. The young kids are ready, man. That's all I gotta say. Management has to be looking at this, Zenray. They gotta be sitting there saying, Julius hasn't played. Mitchell Robinson hasn't played. The offense and the defense is clicking, and they're having fun. Everybody's smiling. Everybody's giving each other pats on the back, doing interviews. You don't see people arguing with the refs, giving the finger to the fans. This is what I'm talking about. And I hate to say it because, Julius, I don't know you personally, and we said it. We spoke about it. I lost count how talented you are. But it's kind of showing right now that there is life without Julius Randle for the right price.
I agree. And let me just say this, getting back on Julius Randle, this is not a negative knock on him. This is not meant to
No,
that. He's not made for the culture of this team because
that's
you
it.
have too many, vulnerable young people watching and looking up to you. You're not made for this team. You're made maybe for this rough stuff for a team that's ready to go to a championship and needs that vocal, loud, physical type guy on the team. But this is not the right team for you. And let me just tell you about something about Julius. Julius, we always mention he has the talent to take you to places, but when he gets into that negativity and gets into that mode, it doesn't fare well for the young kids to see. And I just wish that the Knicks see that, and if they can get something for Julius, we need to see Obi. I think that now that we made that 8th pick with Obi 2 years ago, that I think right now the stars are aligning, and he's showing why he was picked number 8 in that draft. Look, at this juncture, the Knicks win last night, 111-103, thanks to Quickly and McBride and Grimes' defense in that fourth quarter. It was tremendous. They held the team to
What was it, 14? I think in the fourth quarter. What did they have? What did they score in that fourth quarter, Zenray?
so the Knicks close it out on a 38-13 run.
Mm.
But I'm looking. We
Mm.
usually have the box score listed here. Here's the box score. Okay, here we go. Well, not even there. Ooh.
Team stats. Check team stats. Does it show it on top? Oh no, it doesn't show by quarter.
It shows it right here on top, but I don't know what happened to it.
Yeah. Listen, we don't know the exact numbers. I know at one point they scored 4. It was like 4 to like 27, something like that. And maybe it did finish 30-something-13 run. But they played, fantastic, man. I mean, Tom Thibodeau was smiling, for Christ's sakes, at the post-game show When do you see a man smiling? When do you see the guys gelling the way they're doing? And even Julius was smiling. And like I said, we don't want to take nothing away from him.
Right.
It's good to see him smile and high-fiving guys on the bench. The only thing that I'm not too crazy about is that I hear that Derrick Rose is trying to make a season debut. And Julius and like I told you, Nick team are saying that as long as they're in it, they're gonna give it everything they got to make it into that play-in. And right now, although it's still 5 games because Atlanta and Washington won last night, they're still by numbers they're still in it. So they're gonna try to do everything they can. So Derrick Rose, I think, is gonna play the last 2 games they're aiming for, which I really don't want that to happen. I think Derrick Rose should just shut it down, come back next season with the youngsters, and maybe if we don't get a point guard, let him be the starter, and let Quickly and McBride handle the bench minutes in that point guard rotation. And and as far as Julius, I guess if he's ready, we have to have him play, and we want him to showcase his talent. But you mentioned it in our show before. Instead of giving him 43 minutes, 44 minutes, give him 25, 30, and he can still probably produce 20 points, 18 points. And maybe we can showcase him, and maybe teams like Dallas, Miami, Utah may be interested in a package deal for him.
No, I agree. I think that's the best way to go. I look at the Knicks right now with these young kids, not only giving them the experience, but showing them the way for next year. Just think about this year. Even if they didn't play a whole full season, what confidence are these young kids are going to come with next year when they do come for the team? I look for the Knicks to make some moves because right now the Knicks are still 6-7 games out.
5.
So we're looking at the standings here.
I think it's
Miami
5.
The Heat is the number 1 team. We beat the number 1 team yesterday. Philly's number 2. The Bucks number 3. Boston number 4. Chicago number 5. Cleveland number 6. And then the play-in at the end, you got Toronto, Brooklyn, Charlotte, Atlanta. Then we have New York. They're 5 games out of that. I see crazier things happen. If the Knicks go on this run, the way this team is playing now, I think Tom Thibodeau has this formula already. You never know. I can see the Knicks maybe tying them up. I don't know who, but we don't have the.
We own the tiebreaker. I will tell you that against Atlanta.
I don't think we do.
No, we do. We own the tiebreaker with them. Hold on. Last I checked. Let me see.
No, because we lost that last game. I think that tiebreaker was broken. Yeah, I don't think we have it. But you can do more. You can do more. You could check on that. But it looks like the Knicks. Look, regardless if you get in or get out, you get in or you don't get in. The Knicks are set up for next year in so many ways, and maybe we don't have to get that point guard. Maybe we can still look. If we don't come with a point guard next year, I think Knick Nation is not going to be very happy. So maybe we need to get a point guard regardless, and just keep Quickly and McBride, just have them ready as our backups, if anything. So I think the Knicks are still going to get a point guard somehow, some way, and some kind of sign a trade if you don't sign a Mitchell Robinson.
Yeah.
Any information there?
Looking right now. Give me 1 second, guys. I'm trying to do this on the fly. Tiebreakers, number 8. Nets have clinched. Current. Let's see. New York, 5 losses back to back of number 10. Atlanta outside looking in. They just have us outside looking in, guys. That's basically all it says. It does.
I don't think we have. Basically, I remember when you said they had the tiebreaker, but since we lost that last game, I think that head to head we lose the head to head because Atlanta beat us. How many games they played this year? Let me look at the schedule. But I think we lost.
Atlanta has not a hard schedule coming up too. Last I saw, they play Indiana. They play them tonight, March 28th. Oh no, excuse me. They play them Monday against Indiana. They beat Golden State, guys. I mean, they got Indiana, they got Oklahoma, they got Cleveland, Brooklyn, Toronto, Washington, who's fighting with us. We're only a half a game in front of them. Miami and the red hot Houston Rockets. They've been playing very good basketball as of lately. So listen, they got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7 games left. We have 8, I believe, if I'm doing my math right now. We just gotta win. If we win if we can win 7 out of these 8 games,
You have
let's
to
just
win
say
the
for
rest.
argument's sake,
You
then
have
I
to
would
win the rest.
see Cinderella story. We making the play tournament.
Sure is.
Derrick Rose comes back. He says, "You know what? Just like I did last season, I'm doing it again this season." I just wish Cam Reddish was a part of all this. I hope Knicks management gives the kid another chance, brings him back. Because him and RJ Barrett tandem with the youngsters, I think will be a fantastic duel. And I know I said the other day that Evan Fournier, I took it with a grain of salt, but I saw the little video that John Starks made for him, and if John Starks can accept Evan Fournier,
Classy.
then who am I? You know what I'm saying?
And
So
classy. Look, we're
yeah,
fans. We're fans. It doesn't take away
and he
from
was
we
great. He was
congratulate
great. He
him.
was grateful, Zenray. Evan Fournier was very grateful. He was in disbelief. He was honored. And you know what? I liked it that he didn't take it for granted. So you know what? If worst case scenario he's here, let him stay here. Let him continue doing what he's doing. It's fine. I just want 100% Alex Burks gone. Nerlens Noel gone. And if I can get for the right price, I'm gonna say I want Julius gone.
So the Knicks win 111 to 103. Let me just get over to, so the night before, as Juby stated,
Judy.
Juby, I'm sorry, Judy. I don't know what I'm saying Judy for, but Juby, um, is that you mentioned that Butler had this rift, and I looked at the videos to that. And I know he had a rift with the coach, but it all started with Haslam. Haslam came off the bench saying, "I'm gonna F you up. I'm gonna F you up. Don't mess with me, boy." Blah blah blah. I guess he came into defense of the coach, and they went at it. But regardless, the coach came out and basically said, "Look, when you're losing and you want to win so bad, these are the things that are going to happen. This only can do is fire up the team." Butler scored 30 points last night. Adebayo had 17. Lowry had 17. They played well last night to win. It's just the Knicks defense to hold them to 103 points. They're a scoring machine if you let them. If you keep these guys open, it's just look. Remember when I spoke on our last show how the Knicks are not buying in? Which seems like they're buying in. The youth is playing, is bringing this energy and confidence. And isn't this a coincidence? This is all happening when Julius Randle is not in the game. Can that be a coincidence? That's all I'm asking. Can that be a coincidence, or is it maybe the writing on the wall that a certain player shouldn't be here when the youth are being accountable to do the right thing? And even when they make mistakes, Thibodeau pulls them to the side, or maybe an elder player like a Barrett or someone or coaching staff pulls a player to the side and says, "Look, A, B, or C, this is the way it's done or should be done." Look, accountability to every player on the staff, including the coaches, everybody. It's a great thing, but it only works if everybody it's being accountable for. So I think you made your bet with Julius Randle by letting him be the lead of something. Like you think he's this grand performer. The guy isn't Michael Jordan. The guy isn't LeBron James. He shouldn't be they shouldn't treat him as he is. So let's get back to the game and have the Knicks, all players, everyone involved, including the coaches, the staff, even management, accountable. And if you do that, you're going to see this team grow before our eyes.
Zenray, I mean, you pretty much summed it up. Accountability is key. Playing the youngsters seems to be key. And, it's going to be an exciting 8 games left. I hate to say 8 games because you want to see Knicks basketball for as long as we can. But who knows? Maybe the Knick gods work in our favor, and maybe numbers, the ping pong balls finally roll in our favor, and we somehow, through the grin of our teeth, make it in, and that'll be exciting. I mean, I said it before. I'm not accustomed to this. I'm not comfortable going to this draft thinking that we're gonna get a good draft pick. I think the draft day for this draft is not a strong draft. And I think in order for us to improve our team, we have to do it either off season, via trade, or free agency. I don't think it's through the draft, in my opinion. But only time will tell, and
Yeah,
we'll see.
you
Like I said,
you're gonna get a good player. I mean, if you're a 9th, 10th, 11th, you're gonna get a good player. I mean, you got a good solid 18 to 20 players that can go in the middle of the way to, good players to, you know, to star players maybe, and maybe superstar players. We don't know, but you have at least 18 to 20 players in that draft that could be valuable. It's not like last year's draft. Last year's draft,
it was
you can go
deep.
up deep. Look, we got Sims and McBride so late in that draft. It tells you how deep that draft was. But let me get back to last night's game. So the Knicks, this is probably one of the best fourth quarters I've seen the Knicks play. So the Knicks had 38 points. 38 points in that fourth quarter, and the Heat only had 15. It's probably one of the best combination of offense and defensive play I've seen this year and for last year. This 38-point output in the fourth quarter, I haven't seen that a lot from the Knicks. And to hold a team 15 points, I know we held a team the other day. I forgot what team it was. We held them to 11 points. I think it was Washington. So in that fourth quarter. So it shows you if these players buy in, and people have to realize, you take Fournier out of there, okay? And Brooks plays good defense, but these kids play a superior defense, and they're, like you said, they're having fun doing it, and they're just youthful, and there's an energy, positive energy flowing within them. McBride and Grimes, and quickly the defense we were playing last night was the best defense I've seen in a trio of players play for a very long time, Juby.
They didn't need RJ Barrett. RJ Barrett, did he come in with like 3 minutes to go into the fourth quarter? They didn't need
Toppin didn't play at the end either.
they didn't need none of these guys. I mean, I did see Alex Burke sighting, and I was like, here we go.
Yeah, they put him toward the end of the game for free throws if they fouled him.
Yeah.
I understood why they did that, but yeah, they brought him in because they knew the Knicks had like a 6-point lead, 4-point lead, and they wanted to make sure if they start fouling people,
They hit their free throws.
They put Todd Gibson in there because they didn't want Mitchell Robinson around that because they'll try to foul him. So, look, the Knicks played a very, very good game. I'm pleasantly surprised. I didn't think the Knicks were going to win this game. And watching the effects in that second quarter, I was China surfing for a while, went back for it. I said, Knicks are going to win this game. But I stuck through it. I watched the whole game. And quickly, what a show he put on. He's a special player. And this is what we're talking about the youth. If you start grooming them, now you have 3 players are grooming before your eyes. And you're not including even Grimes and McBride, and Sims. So you got RJ Barrett that was drafted 3 years ago. You got Obi Toppin that was drafted 2 years ago. You have Quickly that was drafted 2 years ago. They're right before our eyes. They're growing. And this is the kind of patience you need to have. And this is the kind of mindset that Tom Thibodeau has to have with having patience. Now, next year, you're going to know Tom Thibodeau is going to treat these guys as veterans because they've been there. They've been through the fire. They've done it before. Juby, I'm just hoping that they stick to the plan and the Knicks continue on playing this brand of basketball.
And I personally think Zenray, they're playing through the fire right now. They're getting the experience. They're getting put in positions right now as we speak against these teams. Like I said, we just beat the top NBA Eastern Conference team in the league. They're not there for no reason. They're there because they can score. They play hard. They play lead. They show leadership. And we went in there without Julius, without RJ playing that fourth quarter, and with the youngsters, the young guns.
Even Obi, that's why Obi didn't get a lot of minutes. I think Obi didn't play 9 minutes enough. I think Barrett and Obi didn't play 9 minutes in that fourth quarter.
I mean, you didn't need to. Like I said, these guys were locked in. They were ready, and they gave us a victory. And tomorrow night, we got the Detroit Pistons. This is the game that we should win. Not like last night, but who knows?
This is what I'm talking about. If they go there and they blow this team out the way they should, it means their business. Or just convincingly blow it. It's like a 10-point, 15-point lead. Or if they blow them out, it shows you what this team played. This is the kind of team that Deuce McBride should play a lot, Grimes should play a lot, Obi should play a lot. Because I'm not saying they're a G League team, they're an NBA team, but they're almost as close as a G League team because they don't have a lot of talent yet. They have talent, but it hasn't been developed. They're still young So let's see what happens, Juby. You're right. We need to win this game and win convincingly.
And they're interested in Mitchell Robinson, ladies and gentlemen. They were heavy pursuing Mitchell Robinson. So look out possibly for Mitchell Robinson to have a monster game, because Mitchell Robinson is not a dumb guy. He's a very intelligent man. Just like Julius Randle, they know when teams are watching them and who they're showcasing for. Just like Julius put on a show against the Dallas Mavericks, he knows Dallas is interested in him. Mitch knows Detroit is interested in him. I expect both of them to have monster games, and I hope we can continue winning. The Hawks keep losing, hopefully, and the Hornets and Wizards, of course, because they're right on our tail. And for some way, somehow, we get into that play-in tournament, ladies and gentlemen. But then, Ray, that is it for me. I don't know if you want to wrap us up, but I'm going to say enjoy your Saturday. And as always, family above everything.
Thank you, Juby. Thank you, Juby. I just want to let everyone know to never give up. Never give up, people around the world, people in the Ukraine. We pray for you every day. And Nick Nation and people in our state of New York, New York City, the Bronx area, all the tri-state area of New York, and everyone around the world to never give up. Never give up, knowing that the best is yet to come, as long as you have love, peace, and gratitude. Thank you, Juby. It was great having you on once again. We'll see you tomorrow afternoon, maybe after the game.
Yes, sir.
Afternoon game, yeah, and we'll go do an afternoon show tomorrow.
Sounds good, brother.
Said, Juby, take care.
You as well.
And Zenray out.
Juby Tubi out. Later, my brother.
Take care.
You too. All right, guys, that was Zenray wrapping us up. We'll be back tomorrow afternoon against the Detroit Pistons. Hopefully we can win. The other teams lose. But enjoy your Saturday with your friends, family, significant other. And I'm Juby the Tubi, reminding you that you don't have to be blood to be family. And as always, family above everything. Enjoy your day, guys. Good night.
We are the New York Knicks. 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 Say go New York, go New York, go. Go New York, go New York, go. Say go New York, go New York, go. Go New York, go New York, go. We're back on track. Here we come. We get summer 21.